Welcome to my channel. Think happy, be happy. Subscribe.
Think happy, be happy.
Vikram and Betal, the faithful servant. Vikram again got hold of Betal and walked back on way to the ascetic who was waiting for him. And Betal began a new story to outwit Vikram. Mithila was ruled by King Gunadhish. Once a young man named Chiramdev came cherished a dream to the palace. He served the king. The young man was very frustrated. He used to come every day but he was shooed away every time. Even offer of a bribe didn't work. One sympathetic sweeper whispered to Chiramdev that king often went to the forest for hunting. He suggested Chiramdev could manage to meet the king there. So, next time when the king set out for hunting, Chiramdev followed the royal party to the forest. The king was accompanied by some servants and soldiers. Very soon the king was inside deep forest. And Chiramdev was following at a distance. The king went deeper into the jungle where it was dark and the growth was dense. The servants and the soldiers had lagged far behind. Only Chiramdev was sticking to him some distance behind. The king called out to his servants and the soldiers, but they were far behind to be able to hear him. Just then Chiramdev showed himself. Finding a stranger before him, the king asked, "Who are you and what are you doing here?" "My lord, my name is Chiramdev. I have a dream to serve you but your guards didn't allow me in your palace. I tried several times." The king said, "Never mind. I appoint you in my service." My servants and soldiers got lost along the way. They had my food. Now, shall I starve or you can do something? "Your meals will be arranged, my lord," Chiramdev replied and departed with his bow and arrows. He came back in a short time carrying a young deer he had hunted. He collected some wood, made fire and hung the deer over it by a makeshift scaffold. The king was impressed by his resourcefulness. The deer got grilled in some time. Chiramdev laid the grilled food before the king. The king ate heartily. The meat had never tasted so good. Chiramdev ate after the king had eaten. The greatly pleased king said, "Chiramdev, your appointment to my service is confirmed. You will get 5 gold coins per month, and your lodging and boarding will also be taken care of." "Thank you, my lord. Tell me if you are not satisfied. Does the salary and facilities solve your problems?" The king asked. "Yes, my lord. I have a sister and mother. The salary will suffice for us 3. "Right then, Chiramdev, we shall bear the expenses of the marriage of your sister as well. When you find a suitable groom for her, inform me." Chiramdev was very pleased. They returned to the palace. All the courtiers and guards who has conspired against Chiramdev were shocked to see him in the personal service of the king. The importance given to him by the king also irked them. The jealous courtiers conspired to charge Chiramdev with accusation of being agent of the enemy. They complained to the police chief of the capital city about it. The police chief decided to bring the matter to the notice of the king to be on the safe side. He went to the king and reported, "Your Majesty, the new servant you've appointed, is he trustworthy? Why do you doubt about it?" The king asked. The police chief told to the king about the complaint that some of the courtiers had made. It stunned the king and the ministers. After a while the king said, "Name the courtiers who complained. They are here in this court. Point them out to me," the king ordered. The chief pointed his finger at the complainants. They were asked to come forward. The conspirators now looked frightened. They were trapped sooner than they expected. They could not produce any proof of Chiramdev's guilt. At last they told the truth about the conspiracy. The king sentenced all the conspirators to prison terms. The king said to the police chief, "Don't ever again come to me without investigating yourself such serious cases." The chief begged for pardon. This incident made Chiramdev more trusted servant of the king. Once, the king sent Chiramdev on a hunting trip alone to bag a young deer like one the first day they'd met. Deep inside the forest, Chiramdev saw a pond. He camped by its side to hunt the desired prey when it came there for water. Instead of deer, a doe-eyed girl appeared there. An incredible beauty she was. Chiramdev fell for her. She too smiled at him inquiringly. "I am Chiramdev, the servant of the king. I am here for hunting on his orders." "But who are you, beauty?" Chiramdev asked. The girl just smiled. On impulse, Chiramdev proposed marriage to her. All right, I will marry you. First take bath in this pond. No problem, Chiramdev said. He took off his clothes and jumped into the waters. Suddenly he realized that girl was dragging him down to the bottom. He screamed, "Where are you taking me to? I am water fairy and taking you to my kingdom." Chiramdev was greatly puzzled. But he could do nothing except let the things happen. Suddenly the girl released him. He swam out. He found his clothes on the bank, but strange thing was that it was not the same pond. And another girl stood there. He put on his clothes and picked up his bow arrows. The girl said, "I will take you to our water fairy. Just follow me. Don't speak or you will die. We shall go through 7 doors. The doorkeepers will question you. But you say nothing." Chiramdev followed that water maid. 6 doors they went through with Chiramdev keeping his mouth shut. At the 7th door his escort girl vanished. He was puzzled. Chiramdev looked at the doorman. He asked nothing. Chiramdev went ahead as the door opened itself. Inside there was another door above which a human head hung. The head laughed at seeing Chiramdev. "Fool human. You ask for death. Forget about getting the water fairy. Har 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 har." In there, a throne lay in the middle of a big chamber. A water maid appeared and said, "Chiramdev, welcome. The water fairy is waiting for you." "Where is she?" Chiramdev asked. "Sit on that throne. It will get you to her." He sat on it. And the throne vanished with Chiramdev. When it surfaced, Chiramdev saw the girl he had proposed to sitting on a bigger throne in front of him. He stammered, "Are you really a water fairy?" "Yes." "Still want to marry me?" "I won't go back. There is one other condition. If I don't fulfill it, then forget about marrying me then. I will accept the condition. So, follow me." Chiramdev followed the fairy. They reached a lake. The fairy said, "Take a swim in it." Chiramdev took off his clothes and jumped in. He dived deep down and surfaced. To his surprise he found himself in his city's river. He came out and found his belongings there he had taken off before jumping into the lake. He put on his clothes and returned to the palace. The king asked him at once, "Where have you been all these days?" All these days? Chiramdev had no track of time when he had been in that maze. He told the king the entire story. The king decided to visit that mystery pond. The king Gunadhish reached the place Chiramdev had described. And as per expectations he saw the water fairy there. She said, "Welcome, O king. I know about you. What can I do for you? Will you do anything for me?" "Anything. We live in your kingdom. I give you my word. Then, marry my servant Chiramdev." "Chiramdev? Am I not fit for you?" "I am not talking of being fit or unfit. My servant Chirmadev desires you. So, you must marry him." So, the water fairy was married to Chiramdev. Betal asked, "Vikram, why did the king not marry the fairy himself?" "Betal, the king knew that his servant had already claimed her, and being a true king, for him the needs of his subjects and dependents came before his own desires." Vikram replied with that. Betal flew back to the tree and hung upside down. Vikram again chased it to carry over.
Please subscribe my channel and encourage me to upload more videos.
Like, comment, share, subscribe and press the bell icon and never miss another update.